Alright guys, today let's do a Starrett level calibration. Let's get to it. Alright everybody, welcome back to the old iron shop. Alright, so first thing, let's get this vial mounted. What I want to do, I've got my little hemispherical washer right here, and I want to put a little tiny bit of this CMD extreme pressure lube on there. And if I can get some to come out. It ain't going to take a whole lot. I think I'll just put it inside of this. That should be plenty. And that's probably really not even necessary, but it can't hurt nothing. Drop that in there, kind of work it around a little bit. And then that goes on the stud side of things here, right? And then we just put our screw over here on this side. Run that down. And put our other nut on. And then that's got that mounted. All right, so the next order of business is you need something that is reasonably level and pretty good and flat. I mean, ideally it should be done on a surface plate. I don't really have one. I just have this piece of granite backsplash. So we'll pretend that's really flat. I don't think it's super flat, but it's not too horrible. And you know, this is just an old I think it's a Goodell Pratt, but this is just a regular carpenter's level, right? It's pretty good. It's between the lines, right? But I mean, we know this isn't super accurate anyway, and there's a bunch of rust or something on here anyway, so we can't really trust that at all. So how can you do this if you don't have a flat level surface? Well, this is one of the nice things about a level. So anytime you're doing this kind of work, you know, you want to make sure everything's nice and flat, or clean, sorry, dust it off, right? And to sort of minimize any errors, I'm going to just kind of mark the footprint of this. I got it up against the edge, and I'll just mark that. So we know we're putting it back exactly at the same spot every time. So now we'll open it up. And I've already got this thing kind of dialed in a little bit here. Let's see how close it is. It's showing one line off of level. I don't think you can see that in the video. Let me move you in a little bit closer for this. All right, I got this thing kind of zoomed in here pretty close so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see the graduations. So this thing here, I had to move it. So yeah, I mean, I think I got it leveled back out fairly all right, but we'll see. So right now, the level is reading about 2 marks to the left here. So if this level was set up exactly, it should still read 2 marks to the left, right? So we don't need it to actually read level, and that's kind of the beauty of this, is that we're just going to compare, you know, the reading we get with it this direction with the reading we get this way. So you just flip it in for in. Put it back on our marks. Hey, look at that. It's right on 2 marks to the left. So that's in calibration. Okay, so let me show you what we do, you know, how you get to that. 'Cause that's not very helpful, is it? Believe it or not, that was kind of an accident. That screw must have not gotten moved since the last time it was in there. So I'm going to just reach in here and throw this thing out a little bit. Pardon the hand. And when you tighten down the screw, you don't have to kill this thing. Just snug it up a little bit. Okay. So we're about still kind of stabilizing. It's actually, well, it's touching the center line here on the left side, but there's a little gap. I think as temperature changes, that bubble will shrink and grow. If it, depending on what the pressure is inside of this thing. If it gets hot, that alcohol in there expands. It's going to probably compress that bubble a little bit. Anyway, so let's flip it around. Like I say, it's touching the line here on the left. We would hope for it to be touching the line on the left again when we flip it. Let's see where it is. So it's way off. It's about, we're seeing about 3.5 marks. So what we're going to need to do is we got to lift this side to try to get back that direction, but about half the amount, right? So there's always a little bit of trial and error on this here, so just going to break this loose on this side. I suppose I should do it over here so you can see me making the adjustment. And my wrench don't really fit in here very well, so reach in there and just turn that by hand a little bit. And then you got to tighten it back down. You can't make, accurate readings with that thing loose. All right, see where we are here. Now we're reading just a little bit to that direction of the center line. So let's flip it out this way. And I believe I've made the adjustment in the wrong direction. So it's actually gone further that way. I can't even see the end of the bubble anymore. That's my bad. I guess we got to go down. And I checked the thread on this here. These are 40 threads per inch, so it's a very sensitive screw. Okay, now we're reading a little bit more than 2 marks to the left. So let's flip it around. Okay, so that's reading 1 mark to the left. So that's getting a little bit closer. All right, so that means, yeah, we need to go down still, just a little tiny bit. So I'll put it back in my original spot. I'm just going to turn it just tiniest little bit. It's kind of funny, my wrenches don't fit inside of there when it's getting close to the right spot. A set of ignition wrenches, I guess, would be really handy for this. All right, so that's showing 3. And here I go going the wrong direction again. So that's showing about a 1/2 mark. So it means we need to go up. Yeah, we are back at 2.5. All right, 1.5. So it needs to go up just a tiny little touch. That is almost right on 2 marks above level. All right, let that settle down. And that's right on 2. So we need to move it up just very, very, very little. It's almost on. All right, so that is showing just a little tiny bit more than 2 marks. Flip her around one more time. I think we might have it here. Yeah, that's got it. So let me move you in really close to the bubble here so you can see. There you go, it's showing up pretty good there. So I'm going to flip it in for in. Let that thing settle for a second. All right, and there it is. So we calibrated our level on an unlevel surface. So you don't need to send it off to Starrett and have it calibrated. In fact, whenever you go to use this level, this is something you should be checking. Test it to make sure it's level before you trust that. It's pretty easy to verify it. Like I said, just find any surface that's flat. Hopefully you got a surface plate or something like that around. But if not, hey, maybe just put it on the counter. All right, I hope that was helpful. If you like seeing this kind of content, please click on the horizontal mill and subscribe. That way you can see more. And please check out the videos that are coming up down below. We'll see you guys around.